Hey there, legendary souls. Today we're checking in with the elephant spirit animal and seeing what message it has for you. We'll get into our prayer and then we'll get into the message. Divine alchemist, angels and archangels, well ancestors for my highest good, well ancestors for the viewer's highest good, and elephant spirit animal. We invite you in at this time and we thank you so much for your continued presence in each of our lives. Thank you for guiding me and guiding the viewer along our journeys and along our paths. And thank you for allowing our paths to converge at this time, in this moment. Elephant spirit animal, please allow for your message to be clear and easily digestible for the viewer. Please allow for your message to feel potent and to stir in the hearts of the viewer, to resonate within the bodies of the viewers that are meant to receive this message, are meant to feel encouraged by you, are meant to feel your energy moving with them. Thank you so much for all that you have done, for all that you're currently doing, and for all that you're going to do in service of this message reaching whomever is meant to hear it. And thank you for allowing for me to be a clear channel. Please allow for my words to land well and for them to just have clarity within them. May I not say anything extra that isn't necessary for this reading. May I have the discernment to recognize what is just for me. And may the viewer also be able to practice discernment so that they can take what resonates and leave whatever doesn't, for whomever else it might be for. Thank you so much yet again. Ashe. All right, let's read up about the elephant spirit animal. We have unstoppable. First word, unstoppable. Auspicious and wise. I'm here for this energy. I'm excited about this energy. Let's find out what area of life this elephant is showing up for you. The elephant is arguably the most auspicious figure in the deck. Like Ganesh, the elephant represents immense wisdom, as well as good fortune. It is said that the great elephant is the destroyer of obstacles. So if this card appears when you feel stuck, rest assured the path will soon become clear. To add to the mystery, the elephant is also known to create obstacles in order to steer us in the right direction. Trust this gentle, noble creature. It illuminates the way with the light of self-knowledge. That's beautiful. When this energy is out of balance, we misunderstand fate. We think, woe is me. We're operating in a victim mentality. We think that things are happening to us. To bring this energy into balance, trust. You notice that this elephant has a gem at its third eye. The third eye is all about trust. Trusting self, trusting life, trusting spirit, trusting fate. And it's connected to the fire element here. When this energy is in balance, you have a one-pointed focus. You're really generous and you're loving. Wow. Wow. All right, so I have another oracle deck that has animals in it, and I wanted to pull a card from there as well. Oh, it's a brand new deck, so it's a little sticky. We have 3. All right. Elephant really wants to talk to you. Oh. We have the vulture with consume. Wow. Wow. We have the swans with love. It's a really sweet looking card. Really sweet energy. Wow, and we have the starfish with sacred. Okay, so I'm wondering if this is going to be a love reading or a checking in on your love life reading. Spirit guides, can you help me clarify this consume card? Oh, right. Before I go there, let me read about this consume card first. This vulture spirit animal. This card represents the union of life and death, consuming that which has died in order to live. Whoa. The vulture card may be asking you to confront your own duality, or how the opposites within yourself complement you as a whole. The vulture is fundamentally linked to death, but it is through their scavenging that they feed themselves and their young. Just as the death of one creature nourishes the life of another, remember, we are 3-dimensional, imperfect beings made up of negative and positive traits. Our shadow may nourish our light as we learn and accept our imperfections. Wow. This card asks you to take care that vengeance and overwhelming negative emotion do not consume you, and to find the balance between the light and the dark. Whoa. This is very powerful. This is very powerful. So right away, what I'm getting as we think about the elephant spirit animal and how it can remove obstacles and create obstacles, and how when it's out of balance, we misunderstand fate. We think that things are happening to us. Now this, along with the vulture spirit animal and just this intuitive sense that I'm getting that this is a love reading, especially with love, sacred love here. What I'm picking up is that there is a connection in your life. We'll just call it a soulmate connection. This could be platonic. This could be a friend. This could be a mentor, a teacher. This could be a sibling. This could be a parent or a parent-like figure in your life. This could be someone who's part of your bio family or someone who's part of your chosen or found family. You would know. When you're hearing the word soulmate, when I'm saying soulmate, just think, like, who comes to mind? Who do you sense this reading is about? Who do you sense, what relationship in your life do you sense this reading is about? I say that, and I also feel this sense of wanting to caution you, because in the event that you're watching a lot of tarot readings because your heart is very broken and you're grieving and you're processing, and when I'm saying the word soulmate and you're thinking of this particular person that you've been watching all these other readings about, or you're looking for all these signs from the divine about this connection, I wonder if you might be feeling that this grief is consuming you. You might be feeling that the idea of this person is feeling like obsessive. You might be feeling like you can't get enough, and it's really, really hard to take the information, to apply it to yourself, and to take breaks. Thinking about this person may feel very intrusive. You might be dreaming a lot about this person. It really might be like bringing up so much from the depths of you. What I would offer to you, I've been there. I've been there so many times. What I would offer to you is, as you're listening to this reading, center yourself. Think about you. Think about you are the one that's feeling this grief. You are the one that's feeling consumed. You are the one that might be looking at this situation as something is being thwarted. Something is being taken from you. You are losing something. If any of these phrases or sentiments resonate, let's just stay with it, right? Because I have a feeling the vulture also represents a lot of transformation because of how connected they are to death. So this reading might be a catalyst for you. There might be something that you hear in this reading. There might be something that I channel. There might be a phrase or a word that's said that starts to open a door for you, like a different door, a different direction, a different way of thinking, a new perspective. I feel the heaviness. I say I feel the heaviness and I see the Fool. We get the Fool. So there is a new beginning. I want to say this so cautiously. There's a new beginning around this connection. I feel this desire to say it cautiously because I'm not attempting to give false hope. I'm not attempting to say that this connection is going to be a certain thing. You know, I invite you to check in with yourself. If you see the Fool, as we're talking about a connection that has been causing you a lot of grief, you've been feeling so many different things about, you've been feeling obsessed about this connection, about this person, you've been feeling consumed, and it felt like it died, but it's still alive and well within you. Like you feel like you're being haunted. You're not quite sure why parts of you can't let this go. And when we see the Fool, if there's any part of you that's like, oh, okay, great, and you just feel relieved, and you're like, okay, great, it's going to come back, and it's going to be great, and we're going to be best friends, or we're going to get married, or we're going to have this type of life, there's a leap that you're taking that I want to caution you. I want to caution you in that leap. I want to caution that leap. You might end up feeling very naive within this leap. This reading is about you. I just want to keep saying that. I keep coming back to that. Spirit keeps giving me this. This reading is about you. So this reading is about checking in with the part of you that feels consumed, because that's you. That's a part of you. And checking in with the part of you that feels like you're going so far, you're making an assumption, you're applying a sense of hope that feels rooted in fantasy almost. Delulu, as someone said to me the other day. Freaking love that word. But the Delulu isn't about you. You get to be centered. This Delulu is about what this other person is going to give you. Ooh. But you know what I've been learning in this life? No one can bring us anything that we don't first find within ourselves. Ooh. I liked how that sounded. That sounded real good. Oh, okay. I feel like I need to write that down. No one can bring us anything that we have not first found within ourselves. Okay, I'm gonna keep going, but Spirit, please help me remember that. I love that. See, this feels more like the reading, this reading. The Hanged One typically signifies a waiting period. It typically signifies a change in perspective that happens, that occurs during a waiting period. And the waiting period is divinely led. Like, you might be ready to move forward. You might be wanting to reconnect with this person. You might be ready to let the connection go. Like, you just don't want to be in this middle space. But this middle space is asking you to find the balance between your shadow and your inner child. Our inner childs typically hold a lot of our hope, like this Fool here. And we'll just say, for the sake of this reading, that the vulture spirit is representing your shadow, the part of you that is not afraid to go into your depths, the part of you that holds a lot of the trauma, holds a lot of the pain, that has seen some things. And truly, often our shadow is the one holding limiting beliefs about us because of what we've experienced. So this time that we're in, at the time of this reading, whenever you see this, it's timeless. But this particular time that we're in, this time that you're in, viewer, is really powerful for you. Even though it is and it feels like a waiting period, and you might be real tired of waiting. I have this sense you've been waiting for a long time for love to show up in your life in the ways that you've been calling it in, the ways that you've been asking for it, the ways that you feel ready for it. This time that we're in is an invitation to connect to your shadow with more depth, with more kindness, and with more love. This is a love reading for you. This person, this soulmate, is meant to reflect to you, just like these swans here. We're seeing their reflection. There are two swans coming together, but they both have a reflection. This soulmate is meant to reflect to you the ways that you do love yourself and the ways that you're still learning how to. And this connection, okay, that's really kind of you, Spirit. This connection can only come together in this sort of union type of way when you are focused on your reflection and the other person is focused on their reflection. So one of the things about love that I think trips us up so much of the time, especially because of what we've been taught about it and socialized about it, is that we think that love is meant to come in to complete us. We think that love is what creates the circle, what creates the unity and the union. But this love up here is actually the illusion. The true love is between this person and their reflection and this person and their reflection. This is actually what creates the wholeness on either side, and now there are two beings that are whole, and it becomes this quadrant. It becomes this extra dimensional, like it's more than just 2D, it's more than just 3D. It goes to a different dimension, it goes to a different level, and it also has a lot more stability when each person is focused on themselves, when each person is focused on their own journeys. So let's read about this love card. Swans mate for life and have become symbolic of true love, commitment, and long-lasting affection. The swan card may also symbolize self-love and self-acceptance, overcoming self-doubt or self-hatred to see the beauty within. As we're reminded of Hans Christian Andersen's tale of the ugly duckling, we might understand this card to show us that we hold true beauty, no matter what our inner or outer saboteurs may say. Wow. A shadow reading of the Swan card may represent the dangers of codependence and losing the self when one is in a relationship. So if we read it as the shadow, we see the elephant spirit animal here as the one creating an obstacle that's creating a sense of waiting for you and potentially separation between you and this person. The separation is an illusion because they're on your mind, they're in your heart, you feel consumed, you feel haunted. If you focus too much on the separation between you and another person, you also lose out on seeing that this connection in its former reality might have been codependent, or this connection in its former iteration was actually, you were losing yourself in it. You were trying so hard to please another person. You were feeling so insecure. There were so many things coming up for you. And this waiting period with this illusion of separation, and I'm calling it an illusion because there is always unity. Unity consciousness is like, it's just a universal fact. You exist, this other person exists. Whether you're talking every day or you're in a committed partnership or a committed sort of connection and you all are speaking or not, your souls are still connected. There is no separation in that etheric level, that spiritual level. So as you're in this waiting period in the 3D, as you're waiting to connect to this other person, whether this other person or a new person, the Fool can represent, we can say that this is about a new connection. We can say that this is about a new iteration of connection in this relationship that you're desiring, or we can speak to it as a new perspective that's coming in for you. But wherever you land in any of those categories, or in a different one that I didn't think up just now, in this waiting period, it's about you looking at your own reflection. It's about you reflecting on where you've been in relationship. It's about you recognizing that there are parts of you that are very wounded still. And that really do believe on some level that someone else can save you, or someone else can make you feel whole, or someone else can heal you. When truthfully, what did we say before? No one outside of you can give you anything that you have not already found within yourself. So this connection that feels so sticky or harmful or rejecting is mirroring to you the places where there's friction inside of you. It's mirroring to you the ways that you reject yourself. It's mirroring to you that you might need more self-love. You might need to accept yourself more. You might need to trust yourself more. You might need to allow yourself to have your feelings, to feel your feelings. And the gift of this connection in the separation even, because everything is a freaking gift. You look at something long enough in this hanged one position, you look at something long enough from a new perspective and you start to see that there is a gift in everything, even the things that are really, really painful, even those. You just might have to look at it long enough. We might have to take a break from looking at it and go do something else. You come back and you see that there was something for you. There's a silver lining to it. There was a gift. There was a blessing. There was a pathway that opened up through that pain. There was a person who showed up for you to support you at that time. There was a resource that you could access to help you. Like, there's so many things, so many things. The gift, one of the gifts in this separation, is that you get to form a deeper connection to yourself. The true love here, the true sacred bond here, the very deep soulmate connection here, we're going to collapse all of this about anyone else, and we're going to say it's about you with you. It's about you with your body. It's about you with your third eye. It's about you and the divine. It's about you with you, you and your creativity, you and your dreams, you and your goals, you and your plans, you and your desires, the desires that center you. If you are set on calling in love, there's nothing wrong with that. Remember, the first word was unstoppable, and the elephant spirit is here for you. So if you are set on embodying this elephant spirit animal energy, and you are set on being an unstoppable force, and you are set on praying for, intending for, manifesting, conjuring, calling in, aligning with the love of your life, the love of your lifetime, or the next great love, I will not stand in your way. I will not deter you from that, because if that's what your soul says, that's what your soul says. And make sure that in the next love story that you're a part of and that you participate in, that you are in the center. Do not lose yourself in the illusion and the image of what you thought love was. You are love, viewer. You are love. You are loved and you are love. You get that in your bones, that you are love, and you will find the love vibration everywhere. We have the strength card. Heck frickin' yes. You will find it everywhere. Starfish, sacred. This card represents the sacred geometry and symmetry of nature. You'll find love in nature, heck yeah. This card tells you to look for the sacred in the mundane and the supernatural in the natural. So whether you consider love sacred or mundane, because there's different ways to look at it, right? You might look at love and call it mundane because you look on a reality dating show and you're like, all these people want love. Everybody here is about love, but this isn't the type of love I want. So you might see love as mundane in some settings. You might see love as sacred and deep and divine and spiritual in another setting. Notice, though, that both of those are love. We're still using the same word for it because of how limited our language is, truly. But because of how limited our language is, we get to call both of those love. So perhaps you might find yourself, as you continue to align to the vibration of love, as you continue to look for love, seek love, be love. Be what you seek. You are seeking love. Allow yourself to be love, to feel loved by you. You might start to notice all the places where it exists. You might start to notice the places where people think it exists, the places where you used to think it existed. You might start to notice that your relationship to and your definition of love transforms. When the starfish card comes into a reading, it is a reminder that we are all unified. We said that earlier. That's a universal truth. We are similar and akin to one another. The starfish is a symbol of our connection to each other as well as to the divine. Whatever the divine might mean to you, this card signifies our links and bonds with one another through not only our similarities, but also through our differences. This card might be asking you to rise above a situation or to seek enlightenment. The shadow reading of this card is when we become preoccupied or consumed with the things that separate us from people. We might be focusing so much on our differences that we have forgotten our connections. Reconciliation with others, or reconciliation with the parts of yourself that have fractured, might be necessary. So this whole reading, it feels like it's inviting you to go deeper with yourself, to look at yourself in the mirror, to reflect on the places where you have been so harmed, and to resonate, to recognize that from that place of harm, from those harms, you started to lose yourself in relationship. You started to think that another person could complete you or could heal you or could save you. This reading is inviting you to shift your perspective and to transform your perspective and to consider the possibility that you don't need saving and that the healing that you seek is already inside of you, that the medicine that you need is inside of you. So go deeper. Maybe look up some shadow work prompts. Maybe go into a meditation and start talking to your shadow. Talk to your body if your shadow or your inner child don't feel accessible. Wherever you feel pain in your body, start talking to that. Ask it what it needs. Ask it why the pain is coming forth. And then just listen. Listen for symbols. Listen for imagery. Listen for memories. Listen for words. Listen for sensation. Listen for intuitive hits. The medicine you need resides inside of you. And on that note, we're going to pause this reading here because it does feel complete. I wish you so much luck, blessings on this journey, because this is where it gets real juicy, like the vulture. This is where somebody else might look at the situation and say that it's done, it's dead, there's no meat on this anymore. But there is this vulture energy within you, along with this elephant, that has a fierce and unstoppable and wise ability. Like, you are seeing with such clarity that there's still meat on your own bones. And that meat is going to teach you things about love, about sacred love that you don't yet know. I'm sending you so much love, so much warmth, and I'll catch you in the future. Take really good care of yourself. Bye.